He said, I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today. He said, I just got this down from upstairs from, he said, I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary.
Suleiman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, Breaker of Seven Seals. Brothers and sisters, I have a very special presentation for you today. I've been working on this for a while. These things take time, and sometimes it takes days. Certain presentations, even actually took more than a week. This took a while, but it's probably one of the most significant ones I've given, because we're right at the edge, at the door. Well, no, we're in the door, an apocalypse. So this message is very timely, very powerful, very important. But what I'm getting ready to show you right now is a little clip. And see, you know that lion Farrakhan saying God told him this was going to happen in the Middle East. He's a goddamn liar. This was something that this General Wesley Clark revealed about 20 years ago, I guess, something like that. And something God didn't told him anything. If God told him something, he would be disemboweled and pissing his shit in the bag. You see, that's a curse. If that's not a curse, then what is a curse? He's cursed with robbing God. Him and his whole damn family. Right? All demons. He can't claim he's Job, because Job suffered, but Satan was told not to put any permanent damage upon Job. He couldn't inflict any permanent damage upon him. Farrakhan permanent damage. And Job was told he would lose his children, but he said he would have more children and with the most beautiful daughters in the world once his suffering was over. That's impossible for Farrakhan. This could pull children out of his behind, which probably the ones he got came from to begin with. So he didn't get this message from God. If he did, he wouldn't be surprised about the events happening in the Middle East right now. Because remember his statement a couple of years ago was, oh, Armageddon, nothing about the Middle East. In fact, he's never talked about the Middle East, except for when he claimed he got information that Wesley Clark revealed to the whole world. About 20, I can go look at the exact date. You understand? So anyway, he's true. I mean, literally true. So let's listen to this, brothers and sisters. And then, because this is pretty much the base of what I'm going to talk about today. Let's see here.
He said, I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. If you were Iranian, you probably believe that you were mostly already at war with the United States anyway, since we've asserted that their government needs regime change. So, and we've asked Congress to appropriate $75 million to do it, and we are supporting terrorist groups, apparently, who are infiltrating and blowing up things inside Iran. And if we're not doing it, let's put it this way, we're probably cognizant of it and encouraging it. So it's not surprising that we're moving to a point of confrontation crisis with Iran.
I'm going to guess that none of this surprises you, Professor Sachs.
Let's listen to it one more time, brothers and sisters. I'm having a buffering problem again, so one more time.
He said, I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. If you were Iran, you probably believe that you were mostly already at war with the United States anyway, since we've asserted that their government needs regime change. So, and we've asked Congress to appropriate $75 million to do it, and we are supporting terrorist groups, apparently, who are infiltrating and blowing up things inside Iran. And if we're not doing it, let's put it this way, we're probably cognizant of it and encouraging it. So it's not surprising that we're moving to a point of confrontation crisis with Iran.
I'm going to guess that none of this surprises you, Professor Sachs.
Now, brothers and sisters, I have a array of topics here. I'm not sure I'm going to get through all of them because I could spend a couple hours talking about all of them. I'm going to give you pretty much the basics on each one. My voice holds up. I have some other videos, but I figure that's good enough. Right. So let's look at some background stuff here. Now, Adam, that's America. And UK, basically, right? They were given rulership. Now, as soon as they ask the whole human race, because they're out of touch. You know, one reason why they don't like the Bible, because the Bible says that Ishmael was a donkey of a man. See, it was stupid. It says it right in there. Go look at it. Google it. Right? It says when was it trying to make sure I get this right now. It wasn't Abraham. It might have been Abraham, when he gave blessings, I believe it was Abraham. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly right now. Anyway, when he blessed all the tribes, right? And one of them was Ishmael, right? And he says, his sons, right? And he says, Ishmael, right, be a donkey of a man. He says his hand would be against everybody's hand against him. And it's stupid. What was he saying? He's going to be stupid. They're talking about the Arabs over there. And you see right now, what I'm going to talk about today, that shows their stupidity. See? Because they can't see what Ray Charles could see is that false Israel over there and America's backed them up to take all that land, all of it. All of it. And they work fighting against each other, as I said they would do, until they find out, right, that now they're knocked off each other, and now false Israel's going to knock them off. See? Because that's the idea. See, I could spend a lot of time speaking about this, brothers and sisters. But see, I keep explaining to you, they're operating off the sealed Bible. And based on the sealed Bible, they're doing exactly God's will. It says, woe to those who think they're doing God's will. He said they will persecute thinking they're doing God's will. It says in Scripture, they're persecute thinking they're doing God's will because they're following the sealed Bible. And that was the will of God during Adam's rule, which is over, was terminated at 2020. See, the 400 years was terminated. Actually, 5 years, the 40 years of oppression, the Holocaust over 2019. But for that period, we're supposed to submit to them because that rule was the rule that was God's will. I said, right? Not all of it. The rulership, but the persecution was of us, was not God's will. See, because he told them, don't touch that tree. Right? Least you be unjust. But there's more to that than meets the eye, brothers and sisters, because it's hard to speak to you, brothers and sisters, because your mind is someplace else. They take your mind away from you. See? Because the affliction of us, I mean, it's only tell you, nothing happened without God's will. So that means the affliction of us, according to Abraham's covenant, was God's will. What it was. Because the purpose of it was to put so much pressure on us that we're transformed. And that's a concept that you don't understand. You put enough heat on water, it transforms. You put enough coal on water, it transforms to ice. See, you put enough pressure on coal, it transforms to diamonds. And to make, let's make man like our likeness, our image, that's talking about us, not talking about them. See, make us into God. It's taking intense pressure to do that. So, and that kind of affliction, right? But the point is, by them doing that, okay, I'm not going to go into, let me, well, I can't leave it out, can't leave it laying out there like that. Reason why it was told not to do that, right? Because that was a warning to them. Because if you do that you'll be judged on that basis. Your affliction and your judgment is going to be double to them, to you, what you did to us. That's just, it's telling you what the consequence of your action would be. That bottom line is that if you afflict them, that's the consequence of your action. That's going to be the consequence of your action. They're going to do to you double what you did to them. But you're not going to have the ability to transform a positive transformation because you don't have the structure to do that. You're going to be crushed by it. While they was transformed into a positive transformation, you're going to be transformed into a negative transformation because you'll be crushed to dust. When they put on you what you put on them, it transformed them to diamonds, but it's going to transform you to dust. I'll leave it there. I don't like to go in these things, but I just got most shit. No idea what I'm talking about because you don't think mathematically. And sound like I double talk. They say, well, it's got, well, you know, let me know what move on. Anyway, so the point is that, and I'm just going to get into this, but I'm just going to give some highlights here. The point is that they operate off the sealed Bible. Now, the sealed Bible is terminated. The sealed Bible is terminated now. The sealed Bible was the wisdom of the winter. But now it's spring. Spring is coming in. And so that doesn't work anymore. So all ice, see your money, all that stuff that's part of the winter, it's going to melt. That money's going to be no good. None of that stuff's going to be any good anymore because the winter, ice, cold, snow, right? That's the wealth of the winter. You see? Blizzards. But when spring comes, no matter how powerful that is, how powerful the snow is, how powerful the blizzards are, how much ice there is, it all melts. So you be wealthy. I got ice. I got billions of dollars. It's all going to melt. It's going to mean nothing. But those who invest in the spring, as the winter dissipates, right, they're going to have nothing because they're not investing in the winter anymore. Right? So in other words, they look like they're not having anything. And you, oh man, look, they ain't got nothing, right? But they invest because they invested all their 100% into the spring, so look like they have nothing. Right? And then all of a sudden, your stuff starts melting. Right? Your stuff starts melting. Your money starts fading. Inflation, all this stuff. Your money starts, and then all of a sudden you see stuff warming up, and all of a sudden they start becoming spring wealthy. You see, because you was winter wealthy and now you're winter wealth is fading, melting, and their spring wealth is now starting to blossom, and they start getting strong. So they go that transition period between the winter and some of them can't make it because they get nervous. Oh man, I ain't got nothing. See, they can't focus on what they about to get because they're so afraid and stand in the middle, right? So they end up being caught up, right? And they don't make it into the spring. They lose out in the winter. That's why I said they lose in this world's life and the hereafter. They lose both. They lose this world. They're trying to hang both. That's why they say those things. They're mathematics, brothers and sisters, right? Like I gave up this world's life a long time ago. Right? Totally focused on hereafter, right? And so the thing is that investing in the spring is an angel. And no one has angel more than I do. So that means I must be the wealthiest person in the world. Because I got the spring. Because the angel is the spring. It's what brings in the spring sun. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. So I got 12 topics here. I'm not sure I'm going to get to all of them. But some I'm going to get through as briefly as possible, brothers and sisters. Now, deception. Okay, before I go into again, the sealed Bible. There was sealed Bible. Now, see, the thing is you have false Israel pretending. See, in other words, this world, the sealed Bible is saying it's about deception, right? Because they're saying, okay, they're Israel. They're seed Abraham. So everybody's taking these positions, right? And it's all deception. You understand? But the thing is that if you follow the sealed Bible, right? Okay, talking about a covenant, promised land. So what's the promised land? Promised land is Arabia. Farrakhan never talks about that part, right? But false Israel say, well, that's us. But when you think about it, you understand where they're coming from. Because they're saying that they shouldn't be just in Palestine, they should have all of Arabia. You get it? They should have all of Arabia. Are you catching on? Come on, brother, sisters. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you really see me or not, but. That's what happened. Okay. That's a little small technical issue here. If I need an assistant, but I don't have an assistant, so hold on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was wondering why I was showing like that to begin with. Okay, there. And there. What else here? Okay. So if you understand that, brothers and sisters, right? If you understand that, brothers and sisters, do you understand what's going on here? Because if they're saying there's Abraham, and they're saying they're seed of Abraham, and they're returning home, that means all Arabia is supposed to be theirs. And so then it makes that declaration I just showed you, right, like Wesley Clark, makes sense, because they're trying to take the whole, they believe, if the sealed Bible is correct, that all that belongs to them. All of it. All of Arabia. You understand? But the problem is that there's a conflict there between them and the Christians. And we'll talk about it in a minute. See? And so, we'll wait to talk about that. But the point is that they want that whole region because they're saying, now, whether they know they're lying or not, most of them know they're lying. But the point is that they have to say the whole region. So it means that's the whole plan to take down all. The only thing that's stopping them from doing that is Persia or Iran. Now, Persia and Daniel represents America. Remember, it's a sealed book, so they wouldn't get it right actual name. But Iran, right, the only thing is stopping, power from stopping. And they've got to take down Iran, then they can take the whole region. See? So keep that in mind. That's going over there, right? But the point is that they need America to do it. There's a conflict between them and America, them and the Christians. We're going to talk about that, so understand that. There's a mortal conflict between them and the Christians going over 2,000 years. Because the Christians said, you killed our Jesus. See? So the Christians hate them because you see they was trying to eradicate them back in, or they almost came to, they call it the final solution, back in the 30s, right? Until something happened. Over 2,000 years, at each other's throat. Something happened. When that something happened, everything changed. See? So the thing is they're saying we should have whole Middle East. Right? But the Christians say, you shouldn't even exist. We're going to get rid of you because you killed us. So understand, these are two major motivations that's driving this. Remember, this whole reality is based on the sealed Bible. Now, maybe the Hindus and the ugly, but the point is they're still being affected by it, right? Because the people of the book are the ones controlling the affair. Okay, let's move on. Exception. Okay, see here? This is a great deception because that person on the right, that's us, right? That represents us, put it that way, because he look like that person represents, that's our mind. Right? And false Israel saying, see, they got us believing that false Israel is the true seed of Abraham and not us. Well, if you go by that definition, that means the bottom's on the top and the top's on the bottom. Because they're the bottom and we're the top. But now the sealed Bible has us on the bottom because we're black. We got cursed black. See? That's why we're black. And it was doomed because Noah was Noah's son and we had no morals, right? And so God cursed us to be slaves forever. And so that's why it says they'd be afflicting us and tormenting us and oppressing us and thinking they're doing God's will. Because that is what the sealed Bible says. Because we curse and everything else. So you follow that? Understand? So they're saying that that's a deception. Because our people don't know who they are. Because they're saying they are. Right? And now the Christians knew they weren't. The Christians knew they were not. But otherwise they would have been killing them. They knew, because it says right in the Bible they're not. Then Jesus cursed them and says, no, you are not. Then Jesus cursed them and says, no, you're not. Your father's the devil. And you do what he does. You do his works. He was lying and murdered from the beginning. And that's why the Jews had him killed. So the Christians knew that. But all of a sudden they got a turn of events. Why? All of a sudden, because they was wiping them out. And nobody was helping them. No one was helping them in World War II, and Hitler was wiping them out. Because the final solution in America, nobody would stand up and help them. No one stood up to help them because everybody was on board with that. You understand? So what changed? What caused them to change? They know they're not the seed of Abraham. And Jesus told us that, and that's right in their Bible. See? And they had Jesus killed. It's right in their Bible. They call the Jews Jesus killers. And the point is that they was at war. They've been at total war with each other for over 2,000 years. At least 2,000 years. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Okay. You get that. And then what happened? Oh, back in the 40s, right? Elijah Muhammad, see, around World War II when they was wiping them out, Elijah Muhammad, inspired by Master Muhammad, right, says, no, We're true Abraham. And we got the promised land is ours. See? And that's the proof. We're here, and land not ours. Right? He's Elijah who's supposed to come. Everybody was on board with what he said because they knew he wasn't a true Savior. They wasn't on board with us being a true Abraham, but they knew they wasn't. They knew false Israel was not, but they wasn't on board with us being that. But they knew they wasn't. That's why it was killing them. Because they were true Abraham. Remember, he said, who blessed Israel will be blessed, who cursed. And so they would have been cursing them if they thought they were true Abraham. Because they said, no, their philosophy at that time, right, was that they was the spiritual Abraham, and that the covenant that was made with false Israel was annulled, right? So now God gave them the promise, and America was the promised land, all this kind of stuff. This was what they was teaching back then. Understand that? But Elijah came and said that. Oh, and the proof was there. But they couldn't have the people thinking that way. They couldn't have had the people thinking that way. You understand? Because if they're thinking that way, then what does that mean? Because the brain will calculate. I keep telling the brains are calculated. It will calculate logically. Depends on how powerful it is, still calculate logically. Some calculators are more powerful than others. They still calculate logically. Some just faster than others. They still calculate logically. It's just the information you give them that makes the difference. So therefore they say, hey, well, we can't have it. Because all of a sudden, if these niggers are the true Abraham, we got to start blessing them. We got to apologize to them. And we got, you know what I'm saying? People thinking like that. We're evil with it. Look what things we've done. We're evil. We've been cursing them. So God and curse, they can't have people thinking that, especially a politician. So they, okay. Then they flip the script. Turn on a dime. All of a sudden, false Israel was the true Abraham. And they love him now. And they're friends. And they're going to bless him. And they give him, and they help. Made a big sign. They pushed him back in there. And they gave him a land back over the Middle East. You see, Palestine. But that's not the covenant. The covenant means the whole Arabia. Understand that? And so false Israel, that's why he's doing it. They're trying to fill that covenant sins them because they want to take all of Arabia. And to take all of Arabia, that's why I got to take all those countries down. All those Arabian countries, and they support Arabia, any Arabic country, and they support, they have to take, you understand why they're doing that now? That's just on an ideological and spiritual, scriptural stage. But on a physical stage, not only is this based on that, but the fuel that fuels this false reality comes from there too. So they also want to take control of the oil. Both sides, the ideologically and physically. The fuel and the mind. They want to take the mind and the fuel. You understand? And so Master Muhammad, he's working on the fuel end. Sunnah working on the mind end. He's got the engine. They work working together. And both are going to be destroyed. The mind is being destroyed, and the fuel is about to be destroyed. Understand, brothers and sisters? I'm trying to get the background, what's going on, what's driving this. So Elijah came and said, hey, they gave us a vision. We had no vision. When people without a vision perish, we had no vision. A vision, they gave us an American dream. That was it. That was the vision they gave us, the American dream. You understand? But he said, no. The Abrahamic covenant, that's your vision. You see? He gave us a vision. The true vision. And they say, oh no, so we got to stop, we got to shut that down. Can't let that happen. Because they got a vision, that means they come united. They come united, then you got two armies here in conflict with each other. Total opposites. And one has vengeance on his mind because he's been oppressed. His women have been sullied and disrespected and humiliated, and no man can no man, right, that's worth anything can allow That's the stand. They have to avenge their women. Otherwise, you don't deserve them. You cannot, if you let that stand, if you friends with these devils, after what they done to our women, you humiliate them and everything, and you do not deserve to have them. And if you make it home, you will not have one, because all women are going to know about you. They're going to be saying about you, everlasting shame and abhorrent, and they won't touch you. They will not touch you. See, because you're going to say, hey man, what you mean you was out there bang popping everything with these devils? You know what they did to us? They raped us. They did all kinds of things to us that you can't imagine. And now you, hey bro, woo, man, you have no idea what you're up against here, brothers and sisters. This ain't no playground. So Elijah Muhammad showed up and what? Boom. Vision. So they had to snuff this out. Understand? So then he had to, because he's one of them. He says follows a Jew and a devil. He says that. He missed it. He's on a petition that will go 42 years to deceive the saints. See? So he had to put your mind back over there again. Or the satanic Jews, the rest of them are good. Just the satanic one, he never said who they are. There's just a handful of them. The rest of them are good. He never goes against false Israel. Now he tries to say a few things now. Netanyahu, we don't blame false Israel, man. Netanyahu, he's Nebuchadnezzar and all this bullshit. Right? That's his purpose. To take that vision away from you, put you back where you were before. You're sinful. See, that's why I tell you not going anywhere, because you don't deserve reward. Because what you serve reward for? You came over here because you were punished. You're being punished. You don't get a reward for being punished. That's the whole message. See, understand what's good back right here. So that's why I set false Israel up and got him on the other side, right? See, to make sure that you get it. Follow me, brothers and sisters. I'm going to take you all the way. An American dream, that's what you get that American dream again. That's what Wallace was saying. We don't need no buildings. We don't need no banks. We don't need housing and stores, because the devil's got them. American dream. Be good Americans. That was Wallace's message. And Farrakhan's message too, because he was Wallace's, he became Wallace's primary imam, whatever you want to call him, what do you call him? He was top minister. That was his message. American dream. Take that Abraham away from you. American dream, to put that back on your mind. False Israel. See? That's sealed by our mind. See? But this is reality. This is reality. You won't never get an American dream unless you was a demon. This is reality. Hanging out at Burger King, flipping burgers. That's reality. That's reality of most of our people. See, or the demons get an American dream because you can't, even if you got it, you wouldn't be happy with it because it's against your nature. A dog cannot be happy acting like a cat in cat land. It might get the things, but it won't be happy because it wants to be, right, a dog. That's why people so unhappy. Even they get those things so unhappy, and then they get some of those things, and some of them they find they're on drugs and everything else. I mean, I don't know if it Prince and they're probably demons, right? But they weren't happy with that money and everything they had. They weren't happy with it. If they was happy with taking drugs, would they? And what's the name of Whitney? All of them. Are they demons? Were they? If they were the original, they weren't happy, were they? Money, all that fame and everything else, they still wasn't happy. And that's what happens to us. Now, I'm not saying they probably was demons, who knows, right? But if we go that route, American dream, we're not going to be happy with it. Like I said, once Elijah left, I wasn't concentrating on the Abraham covenant because he never talked about it that much. It wasn't pushing. Mostly, he wasn't said American dream, but said go for self, and that's what people accepted that way. They look at it like the American dream, but go for self, build for self, do for self, and that's what I was doing. I was following the program. I was doing well for myself. Had a mini mansion, right? Nice cars, Everything else. But I was miserable. Because I had a demon white boy, and that woman drove me damn near crazy. I wanted to commit suicide with her. She was so depressing. That woman was depressing. Let me say this, and I'm going to touch this a little bit. If you understand this, say the balance is 10. Those that you have understand and some understand what I've been talking about. Say the balance is 10. And so to stay in balance, you have to be a 10, right? Man says, spin out way forgiving you, what says in the Quran, right? Let's say you're a 7, right? Then for you to be balanced, you'd have to have a 3, a 10, a 7. You have a 3 as a spouse. Then you got to balance. You see what I'm saying? But if you're a 9, then you have to have a 1. Because if you got 2, you're going to be miserable. Off by 1, right? Let's leave that. I'm going to go into more detail about that another time, brothers and sisters. That's a whole nother topic. No topic, right? But this, like I said, this is mathematics. It's more powerful now because you see the face of God, but when you get home and hereafter, you won't see mathematics anymore. Because it won't, you have leverage, and when you have leverage, that's why we got to be careful we let in there, because if you have leverage, it means you can do all kinds of things to get away with it. We ain't have that. We won't have them. It's another thing too. You don't understand these things, brothers and sisters. See, when you have leverage, that means you can do stuff and get away with it. Because it's all about mercy. That's what the scriptures talk about it. So we don't want people there that can do mischief and make shed blood and get away with it. I don't know you don't understand that. See, but Suleiman understands it, and Master Muhammad understands. That's why we're gonna be careful about who gets in there. That's what has been the last book of life. This is the reality. See? This is the reality of what Farrakhan's promising you. See? He hasn't produced anything in 42 years. Okay, let's move on to the next one, brothers and sisters. That's deception. Okay, the hatred. Antichrist versus Gog and Magog. The hatred. See here? These two hate each other for over 2,000 years, but each other's throat. We want to beat them with a cross, we want to stab them with the, what they call that thing, right? They hate each other. They still do right now. They hate each other. So you say, why the hell? Because, like say you got two brothers fighting, but they got a neighbor that moves in, and he wants to kick one of theirs. So well, they work together. Then they still hate each other, but they gonna unite to take care of that neighbor, and we that neighbor. Because Master Elijah Muhammad said we should. Oh no, we got to unite because they're the enemy. We might be family fighting, family squabble, but they're the enemy. You understand? Because they hate each other. They hate each other. And so what's going on here, the background is that they need false Israel up there to keep us deceived as to who we are. Because, see, false Israel's there. They return like God said. Remember, sealed Bible. And so, yeah, that means we couldn't be, and Elijah Muhammad don't know what the hell he's talking about. Right? And so we still ham to be slaves, and the devil say they're good because they saved us from Africa. They saved us from cannibalism. They saved us being wild animals and savages, which was not true to begin with. See? And they have mercy on us. God hates us, but they have been nice to us. And they're like Jesus. They intercession for us. They say, "Oh God, don't beat them so bad. Let's give them civil rights. See, let's let them sell the same toys as us." You understand what I'm saying? See, so that's what our people are thinking. Oh, that's why they accept their names, their religion, everything, because they feel like. If you feel like what someone else has is better for you, what you have, then you're going to go along with what they have. See? Because if you think yours isn't worth nothing, then you accept what they have. Because they told you worth nothing. livelihood worth nothing. Everything. So your religion worth nothing. You should worship. We worship animals and stuff. So that means theirs is better. So you accept theirs. You accept their Jesus, who's a dictator. You don't do what he says. He put your ass in hell forever and ever and ever. Unending torment. If you don't do, ain't that a dictator? We hate dictators. Dictators no good. They filthy, nasty, ass, damn, effing dictator. That's what you hear from these people, right? But Jesus, their Jesus is a dictator. You better do what he says and throw your ass in hell. See how this whole thing's so sick. It's so sick. See, it's sick. But that's, so you accept their names, everything else, because who want to be called Umgawa? Mjiwabu? Who want to be called that? That sounds like some weird. But if you talk so actually speak language, James Jefferson, that sounds strange too. It's weird to them. You see what I'm saying? But who wants to be those names like that? I'm the Zimbabwe. Right? And see what I'm saying? So you want to accept their name, their religion. Yet still, when it was raping and beating, everything was under the cross. They had a cross by their neck. See, they did in the name of Jesus. When it was raping you and beating you and tormenting you and forcing you to work. They said the average life expectancy of a male slave during that time was 36 years old. But when you saw those pictures, look at 9 years old, because they working so goddamn hard that you look like you was 9 years old and you were 36 and you died. These are the people you fist bump and wouldn't carry on. You think they changed? The Bible says, can a tiger change his stripes? They're going to pay for what they did. They were saying, we're going to hold people accountable. We're going to hold your ass accountable. We're going to hold you accountable. You're going to hold Jesus accountable? He committed genocide, didn't he? Didn't he? He drowned the whole damn world, children and babies and everybody else, and pets and doggies. He wasn't that genocide? So you can hold him accountable? We're gonna hold him accountable. We're gonna hold you accountable. You're the most wicked, evil, sick people on the planet. Walk around picking up dog shit. And you think it's civilized? Well, pick up dog shit. You see commercials, they got a dog sitting up on a table where they eat it. His ass sitting on a table where they eat it. His ass sitting on a table where they eat it. And they got him licking their face. And which thing your dog uses his tongue for? To wipe his ass with. And you're going to tell me you civilized? And your women walk around in their panties? Our women didn't teach your women that. Your women taught our women that. Our men didn't teach your women, men who walk around in their pants hanging out. Y'all taught our men in the prisons. Because they took the belt and stuff away from them. Then you laugh about it. They learned all this from you. We're the most civilized people on the planet, and we still are. We just be covered with shit, your shit. And once we get out of here, we're going to all you need is a bath. Nothing wrong with our people. Except they got a bad mind that you gave them. And we're about to correct that situation. But see, they're at each other's throat. See? But the point is that they need each other. Because false Israel needs America to keep them that lie going that they choose Abraham. See? And America needs false Israel to be there to keep us deceived as to who we are. So they're using each other. But false Israel knows that the only reason why they still exist is because they need them to deceive us. Once we no longer exist, right, which they bring that to fruition, right, then let me false Israel anymore. They go back to kill them again, get rid of them, because they hate them. So that false Israel knows this, right? So they know they got to do something as long as they know they plan to get rid of us. They know they need to do something before they get rid of us because they're going to take care of them. So that's the whole thing. That's another reason why they want to take all of Arabia. They want to get control of that oil. See? Because then it doesn't matter if they choose Abraham or not. the facts on the ground, as they say, they own the oil, and the European countries in America needs that oil to keep this reality, this false reality going. If they have control of it and they got nuclear weapons, that means now they got the upper hand on the Christians. Now the Christians got to kiss their ass. This is what really is going on here, brothers and sisters. And they know they got to do it quick. That's why they're pushing, because they know America's on the really almost to the point where they get about to eradicate us. That's the plan. Their plan is almost about to. That's why I said days to be short. No, so not none of us we left alive, not the human race, because that's their plan. And Obama's in on that plan. See, to get rid of us. He's not one of us. Right? That's the plan. Every time I say Obama, they go to sleep. They go to sleep. Once you're gonna find in a minute. He's in on it. You see? And so Florida said, oh, they know that this is about to happen. So they know once they get rid of us, they don't need them anymore. And they won't back them, support them anymore, and then they'll let the Arabs just finish them off. So that's why they're pushing America. They need America to take down Iran, take control of the Middle East. And that's why they're pushing them. That's why America's reluctant. You see? But they know that forces pushing the envelope. You understand what's going on here, brothers and sisters? The forces know they got to do this before they get rid of us. That's the point. That's it. Why is how doing stuff? It make no sense, man. He's just pushing. Why are you doing this stuff? It's the same. Because if you understand the motivation behind it, that's why he's doing it. Because he knows he got to get this, and he got to get that control. That means he won't be on the thumb of the Christians anymore. And he know they hate him because they hate the Christians. I mean, think about it. The Christians, the Christians know that in their Talmud, I think they call it Talmud, or whatever they call it. It says right in there that their Jesus is in hell, boiling and shit. Talmud, I think they call it. It's Google. Don't take my word for it. Now, how many Christians gonna love them when they say their God is in hell, and they all believe that in God, and their God in hell, Jesus, their God in hell is boiling in shit. Now you tell me, how can they support them and love them when they know that's what they believe, and it's right in their holy book, their so-called holy book? Because they don't love them, but they need them to keep us deceived. That's why each other's true. And once we solve the problem that's keeping them away, keeping them working together, just like the two brothers that hate each other, fight each other, they stop because the neighbor come along. Once they knock out the neighbor, they go back at each other, extort it again. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. We understand. Let's go on here. Okay. Okay. The plan. Got a little ahead of myself, the brothers and sisters. See, Arabia, promised land. The plan. See? And this is where dumbass Ishmael comes in at. The seventh trumpet, this is the one first to the seventh trumpet. Just calling the trumpets, right? So this trumpet is very complicated, brothers. I'm going to touch on it, but it's very complicated, these trumpets. They're very complicated. I understand them, but to communicate them to you, brothers and sisters, I'm going to do the best I can to give you some idea. See right here. Okay, this is false Israel up here. Right, this we are. Now remember, the covenant said they have all Arabia. Not this here. This is just Jerusalem where the abomination desolation will take place. Right? But look at here. And see here it is. Oh, it's right here. West Bank and everything as far as this little place right here. It's about the size of New Jersey. Right? Okay. Now here's Arabia. This is where it's supposed to be. Now they ain't come out and said openly, but this is what, if they're true to Abraham, they're supposed to get that's what they're working on. They're getting all the countries out around it. Right? They know they can't take it as long as Iran still, because Iran still, that Arabia's still a holy place for them, Mecca's still a holy place for them. And if they try to take Arabia before they subdue all the Arabs, they'd be like the Sunnis, I mean, they may be whatever, but the point is that they will rally together on that one. That will unite them. You have every so-called Muslim in the world that calls themselves Muslim. They be suicide bombers and everything else to protect Mecca. There's not a Muslim on the planet that would not do that. Because they know they cannot take Arabia as long as the Islamic community has any power at all. And Arabia is what they need to take. See? Understand that. That proves that they choose Abraham, number one, because they got Arabia. That's what it says in Scripture. Plus, now they control the source of oil, the main source of oil going to European countries. See? So now they got on their knees. Now the Jews got the Christians on their knees. And believe me, if they ever get control of the Christians, they'll do the Christians just like Christians did to them. The Holocaust. They'll kill them. Because they're more vengeful than the Christians are. You see what they're doing to the Arabs. Gaza. But Iran is what's holding them up. Iran is what's, see? Because they're not Sunni, but they're Muslim, and they will not. Iran will not let them take Mecca. They won't do it. Won't let it happen. See? So they have to get everybody else, subdue everybody else, and then take down Iran. That's what Wesley Clark was saying. And then, because he didn't mention Arabia, did he? Why didn't he mention Arabia? Because that's the point they after. That's the prize. See? But what happened? It took down Iraq. That's what they said. It would take down Iraq. They got Iraq. Took down Libya. Right? Got Sudan destabilized. Civil constant wars there. Millions of people dying. That's what they say. Okay? And Gaza, taking over for Palestine, slowly wiping them out. Okay? The green was Palestine. Look at it over here now. It's almost all gone. And now, just took out Syria. What's left? See? I didn't mention Lebanon, but Lebanon's gone. So what's next? Next, Iran. Iran's not stupid like Saddam Hussein was. Let them build. They see us coming. They know they've been surrounded. They tell all their friends, all their allies and everything else, because they know they're the main target. That's what's going on. You understand? Everybody see, you can't see it because you don't pay attention. But this is what's going on in the world today. And right now, it says Christian, once they do that, game over. TikTok, time up. They just took it down. And we're gonna explain that in more detail in a minute. Oh boy. I'm not gonna be able to cover all this, brothers and sisters. I tell you, time goes so fast. It's just it's remarkable. Right? One brothers and sisters. Oh. He just took that down. What does that mean? That means they're coming at Iran next. Because they got all the main powers supporting it. So they're coming at Iran next. Once they get it, if they can take down Iran, so Arabia's toast. That's the plan, brothers and sisters. That's the plan. Okay, let's go to the next one. One heaven. And this was about to happen. Because the scriptures tell us, if you understand the fifth seal, right, that I'm going to go to that in a minute. Once they took down Syria, hold on. Whatever, pretty good. Once they took down Syria, hell breaks loose. Iran's the king of the north. It makes them. It's gonna happen any day now. It could be happening right now. It's gonna happen very soon. Very soon. Most likely this week, but definitely by next week before the 21st. Right? I'm not sure what's going on here, bro. So I know I fixed this. Hold on. Nope. I took time to make sure I fixed all this here now. All of a sudden, I hope I didn't bring up the wrong one. Hold on, bro. Let me just check this out for a minute. Let me check this out for a minute. Boy. Yeah. This is wrong. I don't understand why this is. Let me. I know I took this. It's showing like that. Okay. 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 Try it again. In 7 hours, Bill, to make sure this is, I guess I didn't spend enough time. Anyway, this is about to happen, brothers and sisters. I should have took care of that while I was doing it. Previous, see if it holds. War in heaven. This is about to happen. Michael's angels go to war with the dragon's angels. Explain who they are. God made God's American Britain and House of Sod. As far as Israel. Right? Okay. So let me walk this slowly, brothers and sisters, because I know you probably not understand it. Whenever you open the seal of the seventh, now it's very complicated, these seals and these trumpets. Right? It took me a while to really put this together, but very complicated. It's supposed to be, because no one could understand it, figure out but the lamb, right? Whenever you open the seventh seal, carries silence in heaven. So there's a silence that will happen. Now, when you read the seals, right, you found there's someone says something, each one, except in the fifth one. Right here it says, except it was given. The seals, I'm not talking about the trumpets. Right, so we get there in a minute. So it means that the fifth one, the fifth seal is talking about Iran and Syria. Those are two witnesses. And that's the silence talking about. So I'm not going to try to go into, because I see right now it's going to be a problem trying to go into detail here. Anyway, this is a little off too. I know I fixed this balance. I guess maybe I didn't. Oh boy. Anyways, it's not that big a problem right here. Okay, so when you open the seventh seal, right, it says it was silence. It says a break. Now, when you calculate that, the calculation is very complicated, so I'm not going to go into it, but it's just half an hour. What does that mean? How long is that period of time? But anyway, I saw the seven angels having these seven angels. These are seven angels right here are those red ones. Right? Okay. And that other angel, it didn't say another angel or some, the other angel is one of those angels. Right? It says, and it's complicated, so anyway, where it says, and when you see what's happening right here, what it does is what it does, it steps up smoking, and he has taken angels into the fire through the earth. So in other words, he throws down. If you understand that one says the fire is thrown to earth, that's the first trumpet. That's the first trumpet. Now the way it works is is that the fifth trumpet is the first one to blow. The sixth one holds back the first four. And then the first four goes. That's the way it works. The fifth one is the first one to go. And it said the sixth one, he was holding back the four winds or the other four trumpets. Then he released them. So this one's saying, okay, right? This is the make sure I get this right now. Yeah, he's releasing what's trying to tell you here is what he's trying to tell you here is that there's silence. Then after the silence, then the trumpet start blowing. Right? Four trumpets. After silence, the four trumpets start blowing. Because the one that he let loose is the first one. Because going to earth, the first one goes to the earth. So that's what it's telling you. After silence, then those trumpets blow. The trumpets are the plagues and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm leave it there, bro. Let's move on. That's what seven trumpets telling you. And then the first trumpet, and the first trumpet occurred here. See, that's telling the first one, right? It was thrown into the earth. See, that's how you know the first one. That's the first one. So the point they're trying to tell you is that there's this silence, and then once that silence is over, then the trumpets start blowing, and that's when all the calamities happen, right? Hell, destruction, right? Especially America gets hit. What is that silence, though? The silence refers to the fifth seal. And the fifth seal is, when we get to the fifth seal, man, you see what that silence is. Because the silence is over now. And this is about to happen. Any second now. But I know I'm really getting upset with this right now. I know I fixed this. So, I don't know what happened here. Anyway, let's move on. That's the first one. And the sixth trumpet, and sixth trumpet, and sixth trumpet, and I heard a voice saying, sixth trumpet, let loose the four. Remember I told you, is the sixth trumpet holds loose the first four. So as the sixth trumpet, I heard a voice out of the horns of the altar, the golden inside of God, saying to the sixth angel, having the trumpet, right, that sixth one, loose the four angels, loose the first four. Right, who were bound, and you understand, you review phase, you have to understand, you keep all that. Loose the four angels have been prepared to the hour, day, month, and year, in order they may kill a third of men. See, because they're destructive. See. So that's the hell, that's the judgment coming upon America, the European countries particularly. I don't know why those fixed them all. I don't know why. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Okay, here it is. Syria. Why it's important? Silence. During the period of silence, right? We open up the fifth seal. So underneath the altar, souls are living, having slaughtered through the word of God, through the which they were having. They cried with a voice great, saying, until when, holy master, holy true are you, judging and you avenging the blood of us? In other words, they tell them, remember, Michael's angels go to war, that's the war. But he says, he talked to Michael. He told me, Master Muhammad, who's Michael, is 12 man. When you going to action? He said, no, you're not going to, I'm not going to action to what? Until was given, he says, it was given them each worldwide was told them in order they should rest up time a little until it should be fulfilled. Also the fellow slaves them and the brothers them have been about to be being killed as also they. That means now who was talking about? Iran was attacked for about 8 years. And said Syria has to go through the same thing. Said once you go through it, see, said until fulfill also the fellow slaves of them, because Iran is one calling out. He says, when are you going to get vengeance? He says, no, I'm not going to take vengeance until your brother, Syria, goes through the same thing. Until they're killed. Until they're killed. They just got killed. Now I'm going to action. You understand? That's the silence. See? That's why I'm telling you it's so important. So here it is right here. And here they're under the altar. You understand? Just keep for that. Under the altar. This is the Satan, He's sitting on the throne. Right? These are 24 elders around him, if you understand that. I'll show you the next one, right? And this I can go more in detail. This is about 24 elders and where the book was and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to. In fact, I only have the lamb showing you, so I missed that one too. Okay. So, remember, it said 24 elders sitting around the throne. These are 24. 6, 6, 6, 6. Each one has 6 wings. That's 24, right? And then one had the golden crowns with strong cast down. These are also called golden. Showing right here the golden. And I'm not going to that kind of detail to explain that. That's what's talking about, brothers and sisters. See? So, it says Syria has to be slain also. That's why they're under the altar. Once they're slain, then I'm going to action. So, I'm not going to... I fixed up. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm saying little things I know I fixed. Anyway, it's not taking away from the message here. It's just that I can understand why. Well, maybe I should understand. Right? Because those little things I see, I'm ready to fix them, and that's not fixed. So I don't think I brought in the wrong presentation. I had to back up. I hope I didn't bring the wrong one in. Okay, so that's Syria. Then back to trumpets again. The 5th trumpet. See, I saw the Lamb open out 7 seals, and one of the living says, I saw a little horse white. Okay, now, this is the first seal. Horse white. See, the one said he went to conquer and the conquer. See, I mean, he was the president of the United States. He was in power, and he's going to be in power again. This time, be in power over. Right, he's called the bear in Daniel. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. Anyway, go out conquer the conquest. He had 2 conquests to make. He's the serpent that tells Eve to take us out. Anyway, 3rd trumpet. Open that seal, the 2nd. See. Okay, maybe I missed something in previous. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I did. See, first trumpet, this would be I didn't call the trumpets here. These would be trumpets. And the first, and this is the 5th one here. He's down here. Because it says, that's why it says, he had a crown and a bow. This would be the bow, this would be the crown. I didn't show that kind. I took 2 or 3 hours to do all that, but those that are familiar with the angel, right, know that's what I mean. So that tells you at this point in time, right, this is where it is. Right, so in other words, the 5th one, this is the 5th one, this is the 6th one. This was already going down at that time when Obama's around, okay? 5th trumpet, right? And then, what next? See, that's where he's trying, when these trumpets go. And then the next one it says, and I opened the 3rd seal, I heard a voice saying, "You coming, another fear," and that's from here, because people think it's really this one. But what this is telling you here is, like I said, I know both of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's telling you that the 4 winds are blown, because that's not talking about the horse under here. It's talking about this one. So that means it's telling you at this point, right? See, all the trumpets are blown. The 4 winds is blown. Are blowing. Okay. This is gonna make anyway, let's move on. And 2nd trumpet. Now we got the 5th one, the 3rd one, now the 2nd one. You open the seals 3rd. And see this the 2nd trumpet, right? Okay. And it says, I saw a look. Okay. Now, what Missy says, and I saw a look black horse. Now, you go look at all these. Let me back up here previous, so you can see this. I'm going to make this point because I didn't make it before. He opened the seal 2nd. I heard the 2nd say, "Be you coming?" saying, "Be you coming," right? Okay. That's the. Let's back up here. Previous. So I'll make this point. I'm left. It says, when I opened up the lamb out of the seven seals, heard one of the four sayings and voice of thunder, "Be you coming." See, in the first seal, he says, "Be you coming." Keep that in mind. First seal says, "Be you coming." Be you coming. In the second seal, be you coming. And third seal, be you coming. Right? And he's talking about the black horse here. But it's telling you right here because if you understand the wheat and everything else, he's telling you the resurrection had to take place yet. Black folks are still here. They're still here. They're still in their position. Right? Because the four winds blow, the four winds are blowing. Then they come together. Remember he says, "Be you coming." See? That's the first, second, third one, right? Okay. The first trumpet. You connect with trumpet. I'm not showing you how to connect with trumpets right now, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to cut this short. And that when you open the fourth seal, right? Be you coming. See? All four says will be you coming. Keep that in mind, right? And then it's telling you at the fourth one, right? And it says it's the fourth part of earth, that means America. America's been torn apart here. I'm not going into detail about that, brothers and sisters, right? But this is primarily for those who have some knowledge of angel, something they can study. Okay. So here it is. There's the fourth one. Remember that? All of them said, "Be you coming." Let's get to the fifth one. Okay, well, okay, where we at? Okay, where's the fifth one? Okay, maybe get the fifth one here. Apocalypse. Fifth, the sixth trumpet, first, the fourth. And with fixed saying, okay, this is going to little confusing you, brothers. I'm going to get back to the fifth one. I think I passed that one, the fifth one. Okay, in order to do that, okay, I'm going to go backwards a little bit. Anyway, the sixth one occurs after the silence. We open the sixth seal, shaking occurred, and some became black sack over here. So it's the whole thing. It showed all the things that happened right there. The six occurred. Then it's shaking. That's what happens right after the silence over the shaking. That's what's about to happen right now when the one heaven, Master Muhammad and his angels, Iran's getting ready to make its move against false Israel. That's the shaking. And then the sun became black, cycle ahead, won't come and hold his blood. That means what it's telling you right there, that when Suleiman takes control of NOI. Right? So, and that's when American British thrown out of the Middle East, say the unripe figs. I'm not explaining, I can't, right? When we open up seal, the fourth heard voice coming. Greenish yellow. That's our sequence. Okay, it's our sequence, brothers and sisters. I don't know what happened here. I spent hours to make sure. Anyway, it's our sequence. This should be before the sixth. Here's the greenish. Remember, say, "Be you coming here?" Fourth one. Right? Okay. Keep that in mind. So that got our sequence there somehow. Let's go back here. Hatred, plan, deception, Syria. Let's go back here for a minute to show the fifth seal. Okay, we open the fifth seal. I saw underneath the altar the souls having, "No, be you coming." Only one doesn't say "be you coming." That means this is silence. During this period of time of silence, which lasted from Obama's reign, right when they first started attacking Syria, up until this week, and now the silence is over. Okay? The silence was first issue. Once that silence over, it's silence half an hour, and then the trumpets were blowing. Means you're going to blow any time now, brothers and sisters. What it means? This is silence. No be you coming here. It refers to this one. And this is the one where the witnesses are of Syria and Iran. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'll finish up tomorrow. I'm gonna go maybe later on tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and see what mistakes I made if I brought in the wrong presentation here. Because I went out my way to correct those things, and there's something I corrected. Okay, let's see. Let me do this one now. Then I close. I think. Yeah, the resurrection. And we see Jerusalem surrounded by armies. There's an angel key for that. It's about to happen. That will happen soon as far as Israel is taken down and American Britain's kicked out of the Middle East. Then you find, remember, tell you what place is Jerusalem. Right? So I'm just going to hit on this, explain to it. Abomination desolation, that's taking place right now. Why no one's talking about it? It's taking place right now, abomination desolation. Right? As far as there's abomination, they can cause desolation. But now they're going to be desolated. See? Yeah, that's what it says right here. Previous, and then we're going to close processes. See what it said here? When you see Jerusalem's family armies, recognize her desolation is there. That means who's controlling Jerusalem? She's about to be desolated, but she's causing desolation right now, but she's about to be desolated. See? Stay in a holy place should be. Ooh, that's Arab land, so why is Jews there? And this is the problem. Now this is where the resurrection takes place. Because that takes place while this war is happening. Which will be happening, right? So they come together as a exceedingly great army. That's what they're afraid of. Because people come together as a exceedingly great army. Now you got two armies here in America, and one is looking for vengeance. Do as them double as it done to you. So there's going to be a terrible war here in America between our people and these devils in a minute. Before this month is over. You hear what I said? Before this month is over. You understand? See? And that's where we're going to come together. See a great army. Boom. And the demons will be cast out. Fire, kindness, people will separate from us. And that's about to happen. See the great army. Okay, leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'll go over the things I thought I had corrected, and I'll finish this up maybe tonight or tomorrow. We understand, brothers and sisters? Okay. Well, give me a minute. Maybe I can finish some of this. Hold on for a minute, brothers and sisters. I have to go through it quickly. Might just do it again tomorrow. Hold on. Okay, boss, I'm trying to do some of this at a client appointment today for a few minutes, so see how much I can get done here. And I just redux tomorrow if necessary. Okay. Oops, no, not that one. Okay. Tick tock, tick tock. Time's up, brothers and sisters. Now, when you understand it tells you that, and I explain this, it's in your time frame. It says pray your flight. In other words, once you see, it says flee. It says pray your flight. That's when you see abomination, desolation, all those things, right? It says flee. It said pray your flight will not be in the winter nor in the Sabbath. And the Sabbath is Sabbath day, but it really just Sabbath. That's a bad translation right there. I didn't correct it, but anyway, it's even Sabbath day. It's the seventh month. They're talking about not a Sunday, right? And the seventh month, and the first month, the scripture first month is March, spring. Seventh month would be September. So they don't want you to say pray it won't be in September, and right, and before winter, which would be December 21st. So it's saying that period of time. Now when you look at the second part down there, the other one says he only mentioned the winter, right? So that means they'll take because first they put in that frame, put you in it, because otherwise you'd be looking at the other side of a year. You'd be saying, well, after winter to September. No, they want you to concentrate just in that part, because they don't say, if they don't say Sabbath and that, then you say, okay, well, they could be talking about, right, winter, other way around, from winter, into winter until the Sabbath. No, they lock you into here. And then they say winter, right, just winter. Why? Because the point is that's where we are right now. And so, what you see Jerusalem armies, that's what happened when America and Britain's kicked out. They said, we need to flee because they're going to attack us. They're going to attack you. And that's why I say pray that it doesn't happen in winter, because what they tell you is this is going to happen so close to December 21st, because you're going to flee in panic. You don't have time to go back in your house, get your baby, anything. So it'll be so close to December 21st that if you delay, you hesitate, then you're going to be in the winter. That's why I pray that you do it before December 21st. That means it's telling you to be very close to the 21st, if not the 20th. That's what it's telling you. Anyways, move on, brothers and sisters. That's where we are. 76 years of Antichrist. And it tells you 2,300 days. I'm not going to be. It says that's when the transgression of desolation. Who's the transgression? That's false Israel. They went over and transgressed to the Middle East. Said that's land, that's theirs, and they causing desolation over there. That's them. And the sanctuary. I tell you what, it's in Jerusalem, and they would be there, and they would be trodden underfoot, the people and the land. They take control of the people and the land, right? And it'd be for this many days, and then they'll be wiped out. So let's look at that. Look at those days. Okay, so that's 70 point. If you divide 2,000 by 30 by months, you get 76.6 months. But then it'll tell you that really means years, so 76.6 years. And then if you take 0.6 of a year, that's 7.2 months. That'd be 76 years, that's 7 months, 7.2 months. See where that puts that. If Israel was set on May 14, 1948, the 70 years from now would be 2024. Plus 7 months, right, will put you at right here. December 2024. We'll put you at. And then they'll be wiped out. They'll be taken down, cleansed. See? And then shall the sanctuary be cleaned. Okay, Armageddon. And then she signed, okay. And then she signs the sun and moon stars upon the earth, stretched nation will be great stress in America, great distress. It's gonna be cannibalism. They'll be eating shit. Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Because when this war takes place, that's gonna take place any day now, any second now. It's gonna cause the American economy to collapse. Be no food. The European economy collapse too. So kick off Armageddon, right? Because Russia only place over there have oil, and so the Europeans kind of gonna turn against America because they don't have any oil to fight anyway. So they're gonna join with Russia against America. And America, that's Armageddon East, Armageddon West will be here. Be two great armies I told you about, right? Men's heart fell for fear, but look at those things was coming on the earth. Earth represents European countries, specifically America in this case. For the powers have to be shaken. That means they've lost power. They've lost their power in the Middle East. The powers, they're the power in the heavens, but now it's been shaken, broken. Right? Remember that great shaking? And then shall see the Son of Man come in a cloud with power and great glory. See? And that's your redemption. That means now you come together as a great army. See, two nations. One's pregnant, one's the womb of another. We're in the womb of another nation, two nations. We're in the womb of one or the other. We're in the womb of America. See? We're independent. We're a nation of our own. And they put so much on us, it turns to diamonds, put so much pressure, evil, Holocaust. Now we turn to transform us to gods. We submitted. So now, see, now we're spanning, we great oppression them, now we're bring their destruction. Okay? Let's look at another way. Here it is. We're in their womb. And then they give birth. Can a nation give birth in a day? If a nation is born, that means somebody has to be in somebody's womb. So if a nation is born in a day, that means it has to be in somebody's womb. We're the only nation in somebody else's womb. That right there should tell you what you need to know. We're in somebody else's womb. First, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to stay in the womb, die in the womb. You say, we're coming out. They should be born in a day. That's what it's telling you. We're the only nation on the planet in the womb of another nation. And now, separated, give birth in a day. It's a great army, seen a great army. Because you got two armies here, and both of them are contrary to each other. And it's going to be a great war battle here in America. That's Armageddon West. And they're going to take down America and leave. Going to break it. They ain't going to finish it off. That's the goat. China and India's going to come in, finish that off. Armageddon, okay. Okay, well, I got through that. This is just showing what the ark looks like, brothers and sisters. See? That's what the ark looks like, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay, I'm going to close out here, brothers and sisters. Remember, brothers and sisters, I just explained to you, the sign's over. Now, Master Muhammad, the war in the Middle East, going to take place maybe within seconds, but definitely within the next day or so, before the 21st. When that war takes place, America and Britain will be kicked out of the Middle East. Iran and Syria. What does that mean? Oh, by Assad coming back, whatever. They're going to take over the Middle East, kick Assad out. American Britain will be kicked out. They're going to be kicked back to Europe, which is going to be Armageddon. They're going to attack us here because now false Israel is going down. They have to take us out because remember the whole reason false Israel was up there, keep us from recognizing who we are. Once you recognize who we are, get our minds back, and we're born as a nation. Come together as a nation. Because what's keeping us from being a nation? That Israel mind, that false Israel mind. That sealed Bible mind. Once you get your mind back, okay, you come back as a nation. And what's keeping it happen? False Israel there. Because you think that's You think that's still, you're going to realize, your brain can realize, oh, that's you. If they're going, that got to be you. And they're going to realize it too. So when you get your angel mind, they're going to get the angel mind too. And same thing, we had to seal by the mind, they're sealed by the mind. We're proud of them, but we go to hell for it. Now, they got it because they have to have it. You have to recognize we choose Abraham. You have to recognize they're the devils. You have to recognize that God's cursing them. See, they're going to recognize that. Because the brain going to have to calculate that because that's information that's visible in their face. So what do you think that means? That means they're going to be in great distress. They're going to be in horror. They're going to be hearts failing for fear. You understand what I'm saying? It's all a mind war, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.